Right guys, welcome back to another video. As you see behind me there's a big box, which means one thing: it's a new bike. So we go ahead and get it unpackaged, and I'll tell you a bit about what I'm going to be doing with it. Right, let's go ahead and take a look, see what we got. There she is in the box, a few bits down the bottom, but I'll go ahead and lift it out and show you. Right, there's the bike out of the box, you can see behind me. Basically it's a giant Defy disc. It's got TRP calipers, just cable discs on it, and currently it's on Shimano Tigra 10 speed as it came. So what the idea behind it is it's going to be converted straight as it is now. It's just going to be straight. I'm going to strip it down. It's going to be converted from the 10 speed setup at the moment, the Tigra, to Shimano 105 5800 straight out of the box. So we're going to do that to it, and basically I'm going to just be using it. It's going to for winter use really. It's going to have mud guards on. I'm going to put some mud guards on it. I'm going to be swapping the tyres that's on it as well. I'm going to take those straight off and swap them. The handlebars I'm going to swap those over as well. It's just going to be for the winter use because of the discs. Obviously anyone that's ridden in a lot of wet weather with normal rim brakes will know they're not the best in the wet weather. We're not for continuously using them in wet anyway, day after day, and they go through a lot of pads as well. I mean, at the minute, since I'm normally riding a hybrid bike in the winter time, if you've seen other videos, and the pads on that, I eat pads on it. I mean, I've gone through a set of front and rear, no, two sets rear and a set of fronts already, and that in 3 months. So I mean, you're talking over 200 miles a week, or up to 300 miles a week in the winter. So that's why this bike is going to be on the discs for better stopping in the winter, and also, yeah. So we're just going ahead and give you a quick look at it as it is now before we start stripping it down. Right, so here's a quick overview of it as it is now. So it's all standard, sort of giant stuff: stem, bars, seat post. It's all Giant's own equipment on there. So the wheels, obviously it's disc. It's got 25 tyres on it, Giant's own tyres. As I say, all this stuff will be replaced. The tyres will be coming off. They won't last long in the winter. Shimano Tigra, as you can see, 10 speed, so that'll be coming off. Also it's got, you see the tyre clearance there on the 25s. If you get some wider tyres in there, no problem. As I say, what we'll be doing is sticking a mud guard on it, so we'll probably be able to get the front mud guard on. Let's try it, yeah. So obviously we'll be mounting the mud guard on, get all that rigged up on there. It'll look something like that when it's installed, obviously when it's properly fitted. So it's got a TRP, it's the old mechanical cable discs on it. Nothing fancy, but they do the job. See Tigra levers. So there we are, we've got the rear wheel out and the chain's off. You can see, ready to replace it with an 11 speed 105. Get rid of the 10 speed that's on there. Right, there's the 11 speed rear cassette installed. And so far we saved a bit of weight. 30 grams there, just by, obviously we don't need the spacer, because it's 11 speeds now. And we don't need the plastic free air protector neither. So here's how the bike looks now. We've got the front wheel out, rear wheel out, chains off. I'm just going to swap the handlebars over now. Got them loosened up, just going to disconnect the cables, etc. We've got the new bars down there with 105 levers on them. Ritchie ones, ready to put on. Right, so here we have the two rear mechs. There's a Tigra one on the scale. 280, so we'll call it 280 grams. There's a 105. 250 grams. Right, here we have the two front mechs. The Tigra 95 and the 105 90. Right, so here we have the front chain sets. It's the 5034 Tigra. It was on the front. Pop that on the scales. 675 grams. Here's the 105 5034 105 5800 550. Here's the Tigra crank arm 260 105 205. Right, there's the giant build complete behind me. I'll just talk you through what I've done to the bike, etc. As I bought it, it's brand new. Bought the bike brand new, and it was fitted with 10-speed Shimano Tigra group set with a 1134 on the back and a 5034 Tigra on the front. Tigra shifters, etc. The full group set. Obviously it's disc brakes on it, TRP disc brakes, cable operated brakes. It's just a winter bike really set up that I can use, because I've been using a hybrid bike. I'm going to change that because to a road bike, simply because the hybrid bike I've been using, I'm just going to swap that over to put a rack on the back of it and using that for just shopping, etc. And touring around, you know, shopping runs, that sort of thing, and just nipping into town on that, you know, things like that. So this bike's going to replace that. It's just a winter build up, just so that's why it's got, hence why it's got mud guards on it and everything. So, but anyway, I'll just show you through what I've done to it. So here's the setup. It's currently on 105 Shimano. So the mech 105, chain sets 105, the chain, just whole group set apart from the brakes, because the brakes are still, as I got the bike, TRP cable operated discs, 160mm. So obviously therefore it's got disc wheels on it, exactly the same. What I've done is I removed the stickers off the wheels, just because I think the stickers just look tacky on them, so they've gone, just to make it look a bit plain, make it look simpler. The standard giant tyres come with it. I wouldn't recommend them, they're just rubbish, they are. They just puncture so easily, you know. I wouldn't bother running those unless you like stopping all the time for repairing punctures, especially on UK roads where you got a lot of fine grit on the roads, etc. Especially during the winter time, those wouldn't last 5 minutes. So they've been replaced with Drano Plus tyres. As you can see, those tyres are heavy tyres, but they got the puncture protection belt in them, which will save you a lot of punctures during the winter time. They might, you know, they're not the lightest, but at least it saves you the punctures and slashing your tyres, you know, with a lot of flints and that on the road and stones. So there's the bars. I've got rid of the giant bars, only personal preference. I don't like them bars. It's got Ritchie bars on it, 105 levers there. So front wheel again, remove the stickers, Drano Plus tyre on the front, standard, you know, as it came with the brakes. Those brakes are as it came with. And also the mud guards have been fitted on. Currently it's on 25C tyres, but with the option to change up to 28s. I normally run 28s in the winter, but because it's coming to the end of winter now, I've got the 25s on it just for the end of winter sort of thing. But the mud guards will accommodate 28s if you want to run a 28 on them, and plus you got the tyre clearance to run 28s. As you can see, you should be able to get a 28 down in there. Rear mud guard, and it's currently running 1132 setup, so it's a long cage derailleur on it. It's probably going to be changed again. I've just put that on there just to get the build complete and the bike up and running. That'll probably be swapped out. I expect that cassette, probably for a bigger one. So yeah, that's the bike as it is now. So that's a quick look at the bike anyway for you. Now what I did when I got the bike, I did weigh it just out of interest as it was when I got it, and that was without bottle cage. That was with no bottle cage, no pedals, obviously no mud guards, just as it came out of the box with all the wrapping taken off, and I just weighed it, and it weighed 9.2 kilograms straight out of the box, and that's a large frame. And then after, so I swapped all the group set for 105. Obviously those components, the 105 components, were lighter than the Tigra, but seeing as the tyres that I put on it are heavier than the giant tyres that come with it, because the tyres now are the puncture proof tyres, so they're a lot heavier than the standard ones. Just I run them because obviously, like I said, it's a winter bike, and obviously it's got a bottle cage now. It'll have another bottle cage put on it as well, but it's got one on it at the minute, and the pedals obviously have been put on, and mud guards. So the bike, and obviously different bars as well I put on. But what I did is I weighed it as it is now, complete, and it weighs bang on 10 kilograms. So I mean, it's not too bad for a winter bike, and it's got disc as well, which, you know, the wheels are a lot heavier on the disc wheels. I mean, you could make it lighter simply by fitting lighter tyres, and a lot lighter wheels. You could buy lighter wheels than those giant wheels that come with it stock. They're heavy wheels. I did weigh the wheels, so the difference, you know, the difference was putting heavy tyres on made the wheels heavier, you know, obviously because the tyres weigh a lot more. So you know, by fitting the group set, it's personal preference. I fitted the 11 speed on it because I like 11 speed, and I had Shimano 105 over the Tigra 10 speed. I just prefer the 105, and being it's 11 speed, you know, it is what it is. But yes, yeah, so that's a build up. Obviously I'll be riding it a lot, so I can do a review on it again in the future, just see how it goes, see how things last, like the wheels, etc. Being on the disc, see how the pads last compared to your conventional brakes for winter use when you got a lot of wet roads and a lot of grit on the roads. So yeah, it'd just be interesting to see. But anyway, that was a build. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.